Hi, welcome along to my Football Manager 2019 save. My name is Mark and I've been playing as Arsenal. I have kept you relatively up to date with everything that's happened. I think the last game that I showed you was the Dynamo Kiev second leg, if I remember right, which was full of goals. We fielded quite an understrength squad, which came through well. And we won 5-3, bearing in mind that Dynamo Kiev had been in the Champions League earlier in that season, or this season, should I say. So, really good result. Have we had the draw yet for the next round? So, yeah, you can see they were in City's group for the Champions League and didn't embarrass themselves, really. They got a win against Hoffenheim. They lost to City, a couple of draws against Roma. So, yeah, they were sort of unlucky to lose out, really. So, yeah, good to go through against them in such a good fashion, really. We moved on to Huddersfield, and it was a pretty routine 2-1 win. Obviously, being Huddersfield, we fielded a slightly stronger squad. Our right back, Asta, got injured, which is a pain in the backside after he was doing so well. So that's disappointing, but nevertheless, it is what it is. He's out for 1 to 6 days, so he's going to miss the Man United game. And I think we picked up another injury, if I remember right. I swear we picked up, was it Mkhitaryan? Yeah, Mkhitaryan as well. We subbed him off on 60 minutes, but he picked up an injury fairly early on, which is really disappointing. So he's going to face a fitness test and probably miss out. He's out for 1 to 3 days, so there you go. He's passed his fitness test, recommended to be limited to 75 minutes of action. I'm going to start him on the bench because I kind of feel like I don't want to risk him, and that's the sort of thing that could go wrong. So that's a little bit of an update, really. I guess in this, it's worth saying to you that in this episode, I will be showing the Man United game, and soon after I've looked up, it's the 27th of February, and we actually get a youth intake, I believe, on the 1st of March. So I will continue after this and go straight on to the youth intake as well. But being Man United and being away, so this is Old Trafford, this is a tough task. We're going to field as stronger squad as we possibly can. So we're going to go with, let me just take you to the tactics screen. We're going with Leno in goal, Bellerin at right back, Mustafi and Socrates, who have been pretty much ever present, and Rocks at the back. Kolasinac left back, because obviously we sold Monreal, and I think that our backup left back, who I have hired from the under-18s, Joel Lopez, it might be a little bit too early for him, 16 years old, so I think that would be a bit too much of an arse. So we're going to stick with Kolasinac at left back. Torreira and Diawara in the middle, who have been incredibly strong in the middle. And we've got Xhaka and Ramsey on the bench. Lacazette playing at right wing, but we always move him on to be almost like a second striker. Mesut Ozil in the support striker role and an advanced playmaker. And then we've got Alex Iwobi playing as a Radamateur and Aubameyang up front. On the bench, Aaron Ramsey injured. We've got Petr Cech, who's injured, and we've got this guy Klein. I've never heard of him, or Kay Hine. I've never heard of him, as part of the actual Arsenal setup. But I've got him to train with the first team, and he's more there if we need him. So I guess we should probably put him on the bench. Koscielny, Lichtsteiner. Joe Willock I'm going to take out for Aaron Ramsey. Granit Xhaka, Danny Welbeck and Eddie Nketiah. So Mickey, in fact, I'm going to leave out altogether. I think it's probably a fair way to do it. We're going to go with our usual tactical, if you like, background or playing style. And we're ready to go. I have actually downloaded the face packs, which I need to just literally just update on my game, and then all of a sudden all the players will be showing. So there's lots of changes at Man United. They've got Icardi up front. They've got Kingsley Coman, Matic, Pogba. How much have they spent already in this game? Alexis. Let's have a look at their transfer history. Bearing in mind this is still the first season. You know, this is 18-19. So Fred from Shakhtar, which I assume the game has sorted already. I didn't check, but I assume that was, you know, part of the Adrian Silva they bought from Leicester. That's interesting. Didn't see him on the lineup. Maybe he's on the bench. Camacho that I just commented on. Icardi for 99 million. And Kingsley Coman, okay, fair enough, is a loan. But that's still 140, 165, 175, 180 million, 190 odd million. That's a lot, considering how much they've brought in. That's a lot of spending. Anyway, we're going to go with our team, which is, to be honest, very few changes or transfers from the beginning of the game. The only one that I bought, of course, was Diawara. Going to go for a team talk, and I'm going to say, basically, I want to avoid losing here. Like all the times I play the top teams away. I'm going to say we've been on a good... In fact, let's go passionate again. We've been on a good run, so go out there and impress me. I have faith in the whole team, and if we don't have faith by now, then what are we doing? Let's go. Let's do it. So I'm going to stay on balanced approach as well, or neutral approach. But I'm very conscious that this is a really strong Man United side. I'm just hoping that they're kind of... Right. Going to play Lacazette in that. Complete forward support role. Good. Confirm them changes, and there's no other changes to make just yet. It looks like since the update, there's a few more. Some of the fonts stand out more. It looks like the stars, you know, when on the scout reports, seem to have an outline on them. Kolasinac to Iwobi. Oba, go on Oba. He's missed it. And I thought it looks like there's a bit more green appearing in it, like in the actual tactics screen as well. It looks to me like the whether it's support or attack or whatever, just seemed to be in a different colour. It just seemed to stand out a bit more and was quite nice. It's good, quite good visuals there. So what, we're nearly 20 minutes in, and apart from that Aubameyang chance, not a lot's really happened. Which suits me. I'll happily come out of this with a draw. Yeah, Adrian Silva is on the bench for United. Lacazette gets booked. Torreira with a free kick. Socrates at the back post, is that? Goal kick to United. I'm quite happy with this this approach. Looks like maybe we're just about shading it. It's a fairly even game, really. I've never heard of that ref either. D. Coot. .42. It's coming into half time. It's a difficult team talk, this, because I don't want to tell them to go for it, but I think sometimes the opposition manager can kind of motivate them and they can come out absolutely swinging. And drab match so far, suits me down to the ground. So Hector Bellerin's lost possession more than any other player on his team. Poor shots to touches ratio in the penalty area. Okay. So I've got no problem with Hector Bellerin giving the ball away high up the pitch. Let's give it that. Good. Let's go out again. Diawara getting in the book. And they've got Luke Shaw and Kingsley Coman in the book. So it's a very much even game. Kingsley Coman to take the corner. Luke Shaw, what happened there? Goal kick. Finding it hard to see the ball actually. I might slow it down. Slow it down during highlights a little bit. So Ozil with free kick. Ball in Lacazette. Oh, it's 1-0. It's 1-0. Alexander Lacazette. And this obviously is a game that I've started from the beta version. Ozil floats the ball in. Lacazette the first to respond. Gets his head on it. And it's 1-0 to the Arsenal. And that's the way we like it. So nice. I'm just going to do a shout to say to the players to concentrate. I don't want an early... see, look, I didn't quite get that in quick enough, did I don't think. Now Man United on the attack. 63 minutes gone. Pogba. Acres of room over there. No one going out there. Which is to be expected because I've thrown Lacazette up top. Yeah, there you go. Instant reply. And I wanted to get that shout in to say concentrate, and it just kind of feels a little bit like I reacted too late. Maybe I should have paused it and done the... But yeah, Pogba out wide to Shaw. And this, they're exploiting here where I've got Lacazette, who would be on a right wing position, and I had him pushed forward, and obviously that's all the space that Luke Shaw was in. No excuse for why Matic was in so much space though. But right, so what are we on, nearly 70 minutes? So I feel like we need to change a few things up, more so to avoid a sending off. So Ramsey's coming on for Diawara. Lacaz's coming off for Eddie Nketiah. And Eddie Nketiah is going to play in the middle, with Aubameyang playing in that centre forward support role, or complete forward support role. I'm not going to bring Lichtsteiner on. I think I'm going to keep the changes at that for now. And it's our highlight. Hector Bellerin is going to put a cross in. Oh, what's that? So that's a corner. Was that the highlight? Okay. What are we on? 72, 73 minutes. So I've got one more sub to make. And now I put Lichtsteiner on, I think. Just because Bellerin's getting a bit tired, even though he is probably one of the best performers. Do I make that change? Let me think about this. What else can I do here? Aubameyang hasn't been brilliant. Can Iwobi play on the right? He can. Right, okay. We're going to play... No, we're not. That's daft. Let's just do a straight swap. Welbeck for Iwobi. Let's give Welbeck a bit more of a run out. See how that goes. So still 1-1, 79 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Still very much in this game. And United come forward with Luke Shaw. And their whole squad of players that seem to be on yellows, okay. Great clearance. Go on, Welbeck. Fresh legs on. And Eddie. Go on, Eddie. Finish. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. And now, right, let's pause this straight away. Concentrate, boys. And let's tighten up. Very nice indeed by Nketiah. Now, what I'm going to do, based on that last goal that we conceded... And they're not really players that play in these positions, but I feel like we'll just give them a little bit more protection if we say Aubameyang playing as an inside forward on support mode and Welbeck as an inside forward on support mode as well. And I feel like they will give the wing backs a bit more cover. And I'll also change Hector Bellerin from a complete wing back to just a wing back. We'll keep him in attack mode. And we'll still have Welbeck sit deeper. Sorry, narrower, should I say. Sit narrower. So that there's still that option for Bellerin to come on and bomb on. Now, the only question is... Yes, thank you. Oh, no. The only question is, do I swap sides for these two? It feels like that's a stronger side for Welbeck, and it doesn't make too much of a difference for Aubameyang, doesn't it? Right now, Mesut isn't particularly fluent out on the right. And actually, in terms of defensive cover, now I've made a right pig's ear of that. Okay. Let's keep Welbeck on the left. Ober on the right. And we'll keep Mesut in there for the last 7 minutes. Kolasinac has picked up a knock. Right, keep it tight. And actually, oh yeah, I've got it as balanced anyway. Right, okay. Ober gives the ball away. And Lukaku running through. Oh, save. Right, tighten up then. Can I do another shout to say tighten up? That was ridiculous. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. 5 minutes of added time. Right, 90. Shouts. Still can't? Really? 91. I thought I could do another shout by now. What's that? 92. This is a genuine highlight. It's a short distribution to Socrates, who pumps it forward straight to them. Rashford will get to that first. He'll take it straight round, and he's bloody equalised, hasn't he? Why couldn't I do another shout? Socrates just pumping the ball forward there to no one. I thought I had the setting of play out from the back, but clearly that isn't working. Oh, okay. We can do a nice tight. Nice that we can do a shout now. Now that they've equalised, that's good. And this would be the final whistle. Ozil whip a ball in. Let Van der. There you go. De Gea catch it. There's the full-time whistle, and that's a shame because I feel like it's 2 points dropped. I felt like we were in a good position there. That's really annoying. Go on, blow the whistle, ref. Blow the bloody whistle. Are we going to give it away to them again and let them score again? Oh, come on. Really? Blow the whistle. It's 95. Ref. And since when have we forgotten how to defend? That's it. Good. Okay. Team. I don't feel like I can say I'm far from pleased, but at the same time, okay, you were unlucky. It'll give them a bit of a boost anyway. There's no point in being too hard for them. So a 2-2 draw. What happened elsewhere? So Man City played Huddersfield and won 2-1. Chelsea, who are they're in 7th, so they're not too much of a threat, but they drew. Newcastle won against Burnley and continued their fantastic run of form. Liverpool beat Wolves and Southampton beat Bournemouth. So Spurs look like they've got a game to play, maybe, or maybe they've played already. But yeah, we have 10 games yet to go, and things are looking good. Still would have loved a win there, but seeing as everyone else seemed to win. Kolasinac out for 3 days, that's not too bad. And our next game is in 4 days, so we'll have to see about that. But Joel Lopez may have to come in and deputise. Cool. So, as I said, I've got youth intake coming in on the 1st, and I did recently ask the board, I don't know if my messages will go back, but we increased the youth recruitment, and we increased the junior coaching budget, which means that with any fortune we should get a really decent intake of youth. What am I hoping for? I mean, one thing is this squad is quite ageing, but with Aubameyang and Lacazette and Nketiah, I feel like we've got enough strikers, so I'm not too fussed striker-wise. I feel like at left wing with Iwobi and Welbeck, we're okay. I feel like at right wing we have Reece Nelson due to come back. Good to see he's improving and getting games. Has he played any continental games actually? Reece Nelson. No, I can't see because my head's in the way, but that looks like a Champions League game, doesn't it? Roma. So he's getting time. I don't know why they're playing him as a striker. In fact, they play him as a striker quite often, which is surprising. Okay. Well, either way, it's good to see he's getting games. For a long time, he wasn't getting games. But anyway, yeah, so with Reece Nelson... missed that one. Did Reece Nelson play in that? I think I saw Paris Saint-Germain in his... looking at the wrong side. No. Okay. Well, so there we go. In midfield, in central midfield, I think if anything we're overstaffed, which is why it was good to get rid of El Neni because the guy wasn't playing. Maybe a centre-back would be nice because we've just stocked up on a right-back and a left-back and obviously the keeper situation. So maybe a really good centre-back would be good because I'm really disappointed by their rating of Mavropanos. And, let's be frank here, he's not going to make it, is he? So I feel like that's the way to go, or that would be the best outcome. Right, so Arsenal available, so we'll let him continue. 45 minutes. Bournemouth's in 4 days and we might need Joel Lopez, so we're not going to let Joel Lopez play at all. Rob Holding will let play 20 minutes. We're not going to let Mickey play at all. and Asta not at all. So they're post-match Man United. I'm really disappointed by that result, if I'm brutally honest. I feel like we got ourselves into a winning position and we let them go. So Bournemouth playing the 4-4-2 with Callum Wilson, who scored a lot of goals, if I remember right, this season. Oh, 8. Okay, maybe not. But he's quick. So we're playing a high line. We might have to look and drop our line back if, because he's no slouch either. The new youth intake. There we are. So let's just come back to that. So I'm not going to let any of them be available for them. Bournemouth focus their attacks down the right, which is good because we're more defensive down the left, which is perfect. I'm happy with the competitions I'm scouting, although that would be a good one to do. So let's get someone on that. Player of the month, so Amadou Diawara, who came off obviously in the Man United game, got the young player of the month. He's not young, he's like 24, isn't he? Oh, he's 21. Okay. And then the Liverpool manager keeps the man of the match award, manager of the month, and we came second, which is fair enough. So the new youth intake of players. Okay, so Craig Laycock, Joe Fern, Ben Beachy, who's been standing out as one of the better players from this year's intake. So let's have a look at Ben Beachy. He's a striker. Who said he's a goalkeeper? Ben Beachy. Oh, okay. He's the striker, Joe Fern. Good finishing ability. I wouldn't say he's amazing. What's his scout report? That, as being one of the standout players, is really disappointing if that's his potential. We'll sign him, but that's really disappointing if he's a standout player. Let's have a look through all of them then. So, view candidates youth team. Yeah, it's a really disappointing year, isn't it? Have we got any? So, Martin Hughes is a central defender. So I'll probably sign a lot of these, but it's not the best intake. Quan Alexander. I'm really disappointed by this intake. Really, really is. But look, as it happens, we don't need any players, which is good. As I said, that we're not in any dire need. It would have been quite nice to have got like a decent keeper. So what I'll do is I'll have a proper look at these players anyway. But you don't have to be an expert to notice that there's no real standout player that I can see making the first team from this lot. So, okay, well, thanks very much for watching. I hope it's been enjoyable. I have to say I'm disappointed with that result, but we will come back with... We've got quite a few big games coming up. So, Bournemouth next, and then we've got Ajax in the Europa League first knockouts, and maybe... have we played Newcastle twice already? Surprising. Did we play them early then? I thought we still had Newcastle to play. Oh yeah, we beat them early on. Huh. Anyway, yeah, so let's go for. I feel like the Ajax second leg, but maybe the first leg. Last time the game was a bit of a dead game because we had already won the second leg. So I'll probably show the Ajax first leg as my next one. I'll do the Bournemouth one, and then I'll record the Ajax one. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope it's been interesting. Not quite the result that I wanted, but nevertheless we still march on. Bournemouth in 2 days. Let's do it. Thanks very much. Bye bye.